hope.
But you're stable, right?
Yeah, I'm stable. I'm a stable
personality. That's what's
Okay.
important. Everything else is...
Yeah, I've been teaching for 30 years. I now officially 30 years. Can you believe it?
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
I keep my cool in. Thanks. I keep my cool in most situations, even when, you know, the ceiling is dropping or something. Yeah. Okay, we ready? We are recording.
Okay, I don't know if you heard all that.
Yeah,
you did. Okay, so I'm recording. So this is recording on YouTube as well for anyone who has problems. So it's on the EVO channel for EVO YouTube. Okay, so I'll mute my mic and let you start, and I'm going to start the recording as soon as you tell me to go.
Okay, you can go, Nelly, if you wish. So welcome everyone. This is welcome everyone. My name is Natasha, and I will be your host today, and I will be one of the moderators of week 2 of our moderator development session. So I'm here today to introduce week 2 of EVO 2020. So how it works, I haven't got too many slides, so I will go through them slowly, and maybe some of you will want to join in the discussion. I'll tell you when that will be possible, and then you can maybe raise your hand and talk to us. We have some seasoned moderators. Quite a few of you have been presenting before, so I imagine you will have things that you would like to share with new ones, or maybe we have some newbies who are a little worried about some things and want to ask questions. So the idea is I start introducing the week, and then we also have a discussion. At one point, I will share the screen and show you what our Schoology site looks for week 2, so you can easily find your way around. The week 2 folder was published yesterday late at night, so it is available now, and you can go there immediately after this presentation or whenever you want. So first of all, here is our team. If you've been this is us coordinators. If you've been with us before, then you will recognize many faces. There are some new ones, of course. We all started as EVO moderators, just like you, or in my case, I started as an EVO student and then became a moderator and then joined the coordination team, and we are all learning like you. And because we're all learning together, we don't call this a training session, but a development session, a moderator development session. So week 2 is a very interesting week. We will be refining our syllabus, and we will be finalizing our decision about the online spaces we want to use. And this is the time frame, October the 27th until November the 3rd. So talking about syllabus and talking about online spaces, I would say we have our hands full this week. And well, we start with task 1, which is about creating your own session logo. Your own session logo should be something that makes your session recognizable. So this is the first thing people will notice when they land on your page in the proposals wiki. It should be something that gives them a fair idea about the session they're going to attend. And it should be unique to your session, adaptable to your audience, appropriate for what you're presenting, also for your target group of teachers, and timeless. So you will be able to adapt it and use it next year as well. So if you look at this upper left-hand corner here, you will see the EVO logo, which is really nice. And also here at the bottom, we have the logo makers page. So I'm going to try clicking on this. Let's see what happens. I think it will open in a new window. So I'm taking a risk here. Yeah, our logo makers image sites page on our training wiki. So there's a lot of info here to help you. So once again, what does this mean? Unique means simple, but not obvious. I don't know, you're teaching young learners, maybe you don't want to make it too obvious, but we have a lovely logo for the young learner session, the one with balloons. I really love it. It should be adaptable to different media. So maybe if you want to use it on YouTube as your thumbnail, or you want to use it on your wiki page, appropriate to your target audience, and timeless. Do not use the TESOL logo. And this is a lot of makers, word clouds, etc. Comparisons. Now, I apologize in advance if any of the links are dead, if any of the tools are gone, considering how quickly things change online. But I have a thing or two to say about word clouds. So I am working on my, I'm working on my computer, on my new computer now. And Wordle, for example, wouldn't work on it because I couldn't update Java anymore on either one of my browsers. I also couldn't make Tuxedo work, so I just had to go and Google word clouds to create my word cloud. So also you need to be adaptable to these situations. So anyway, would anybody like to comment on logo creation, either share their experience or maybe ask a question? If you have something to say, can you just raise your hand and Nelly or I can unmute you? Any experience with logos? No, nobody would like to talk at this stage. Okay, later on then. Now,
there are two comments.
Two comments, yes.
In the chat box.
I can see chat flashing.
Okay, great.
Draw EO, never heard for it, so thank you. Well, Nala, do you need to change your logo because you think it's not unique, adaptable, appropriate, or timeless? Or I see what you mean. It looks like the TESOL logo. Yeah, just change it. So thanks for Draw EO. I've never heard of it. I'll give it a try. So we're all learning together today. We're all discovering new things. Okay, I'll try to keep this chat in mind. So I've moved to I'm going to definitely check it later on. Thank you, Rosemary. This is your next task. Your next task is to finalize, or shall we say continue working on your session syllabus, because it is a never-ending job probably. And Canva, absolutely. You will see I used Canva on our Schoology site. I love Canva. Okay. So we should continue working on our syllabus. I would say this is probably the most challenging task this week, considering how big it is, though it won't be for seasoned moderators, because it's like a filling in a form, a certain format it has to follow. So your session should have, okay, so first of all, we're talking about your session page on our proposals wiki. We have so many wikis, sometimes it's hard to find our way around, but this year we are working mostly with Schoology, so you only need to bear the proposals wiki in mind. So what should your session have on your page in the wiki? There should be a title, of course. It should be followed by an abstract, so brief description of your session. You should indicate your target audience. Your target audience, so is it for teachers who teach young learners? Is it for everyone? For novice teachers, for experienced teachers? So indicate your target audience and also indicate your sponsor. So it should be a TESOL interest section, a forum, an in-group, or something like that. After that, you should have a very clear week-by-week outline, because we want people to join a session, and people will join only if it's very clear to them what they're joining, what they will learn. So you should have a week-by-week outline. And week 1 and week 5 should not be content heavy. This is very important, and we insist on this in these sessions. Week 1 is about introductions. Remember that they are finding their way around your platform. Your platform may be new to them. Online learning may be new to them. They don't know each other. They want to meet, and it takes a little bit more time online because you have to write everything and you don't see the people. So give them time to get to know each other during week 1. Don't too soon. Weeks 2 to 4 should be all about your content. You should introduce your content gradually, of course. And in week 5, you stop again and you let people evaluate and wrap up and say goodbye. So this is why weeks 1 and 5 should not be too content heavy. I'm just going to double check the chat now. Okay. Yeah, weeks 1 and 5 should definitely be less content heavy than most people would want. I know time is short, and I know you want to give your participants as much as possible, but sometimes less is more. Besides, you can indicate your content through week 1 warm-up. Of the, I don't know, tools that you're going to use later. And then when they get to week 3, where you, for example, use the tool, they remember, we used that tool in the first week to introduce ourselves. But don't make it too obvious, and don't give them too much to read and listen to. Take things slowly. Online teaching and online learning is a bit specific. Number 5 should be your communication media. What are you going to use to communicate? Should it be e-discussion, chat, web pages, blogs, links, etc.? And we will go back to that when we talk about our platforms, which I think is a very interesting topic, considering that we have changed our platform this year. So communications media, choose them carefully and be adaptable, because they come and go and disappear, and then new ones appear. So then there should be those biographical statements. That's number 6. 50 words and link to a web page if available for every moderator. And pictures, please, because we want to see your faces. So not just the lead moderator. All moderators should have biographical statements with pictures, with links to their web pages. This is really important, because I can tell you, as someone who's been taking these sessions for a very long time now, student for a very long time now, I look at the abstract and the week by week content, and then I jump to who the moderators are, because I want to see the moderators. So it's important. And number 7, a statement of commitment, the I agree statement. So you're going to volunteer your time and your energy, and we need you to commit that you're going to really finish this training, and that you're going to hold this session in the time frame indicated. And this should again be for all moderators. And okay, so this is the format for your proposal. I imagine you will be going back and forth to this task probably for a very long time, but focus on it a little bit more during week 2. Anybody like to comment on this? I can see the chat going on. It's somebody's birthday. Bobby, is it your birthday? Anyway, happy birthday, whoever it is. And I agree with Marta, the bio is important. Also where you can be contacted, so the email, the Twitter. Don't give them too much to read. It's a very nice tip, thank you. Can somebody else explain the sponsorship? Because I'm ashamed to say I've never had to look for a sponsor because I've never been a lead moderator myself. So if somebody would like to explain how sponsorship works to Nala, who is a first timer, can you maybe explain that through chat or raise your hand, and so that I can unmute you? And then I'll mute myself. Okay, maybe we can work on it during the week. Vance, would you like me to unmute you? Yeah, because you can't unmute yourself, of course. I forgot that detail. So I'm unmuting you now.
I believe Vance is a co-moderator. I made it co-moderator, so he can unmute himself.
Okay.
Also.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Well, sponsorship, I believe, is a way of involving the TESOL and more recently IATEFL communities in what we do. It's a way of having Electronic Village Online moderators communicate with some of the interest sections and other entities within TESOL, and to get them to just put their stamp, as it were, their name on the activity that's being proposed. By default, it's the sponsor will be the intersection that puts on EVO, which is the Computer Assisted Language Learning intersection. So if you don't find a sponsor, then that will be your sponsor. And so all sessions are automatically sponsored. But if you wish, if you are in touch with other communities within TESOL or within IATEFL, we've branched out to them as well. If there are actually any entity that you work with professionally that you would like to ask them to sponsor you, which just means, it doesn't really mean sponsor, usually means donate some money or something like that, but that's not it at all. It's just that they might mention you, or you might write something for them on in their newsletter, or it doesn't really have to be anything tangible at all. So it's really not anything that you need to be concerned about, but it's just a way to involve the wider TESOL community. I don't know, Nellie, do you think that's a correct interpretation of sponsorship?
Yeah, I think you said that very well. It's something it's historical, I would say. It's been going on since 2001 or 1999 when EVO started. Yeah, so I think we're just continuing the tradition.
Yeah,
so I think TESOL, yeah, you explain it really well. The default is
purpose
TESOL
is
call
to not
IS.
work in a vacuum.
Okay, so now, because I was a bit hazy about that, but yeah, this is. I think I keep getting the info that my internet connection is unstable, so I'll just mute my stop my video because I can see. Oops. I just did something wrong.
No, you did everything right.
You did. Okay.
You're fine.
Yeah. I stopped my video so that you can so that I don't get cut off. All right. Moving on. So this was your syllabus, and we'll keep working on it together. Sorry. And then when you finished, you click on this link. It will be all over week 2. Don't worry. This link will also be in your Schoology page. So EVO 2020 Proposals Wiki. I imagine if you're here, you already have a page in this wiki. You've already started a page. Maybe you haven't quite completed your syllabus, so you'll keep working on it. But in order to be admitted into this development session, you should be having a page on this wiki already. So that's syllabus. Now, online platforms, for me this year especially, this has become a very, very interesting question. It's always been interesting. But these days, with these platforms that are here one day, gone the next, or they suddenly start demanding money, or they suddenly announce that they are shutting down, think Google Plus, or in the case of the coordinators now, something is happening to our Yahoo groups. They're losing some of their functionality, and we're not sure how it's going to work. You have to be prepared to move your stuff around, literally, like a nomad. You pack your suitcases and you move somewhere else. I mean, it's hard to keep changing platforms, but it also helps you to keep learning. That's how life is online. So I used to have a Wordle here that was much richer, had many tools that are not included, like, for example, Wikispaces, like Google Plus, like Yahoo groups, which I removed out of precaution. But this is what we have now. And you will notice that EVO coordinators are using Schoology this year. This is our first time in Schoology. So we are really learning how to use it, and there may be some glitches, there may be some mistakes we make, but that's how we learn. We learn together. So there's several types of platforms here. If you want to do it the old nomad, digital nomads, because we want stuff for free, and why not? We are giving these sessions for free. We are volunteering, and we don't want our participants to pay. So why should we be the ones who are paying? But then it's becoming harder and harder as years go by. And here we are, your coordinators, people who are supposed to help you and teach you and train you, and we are discovering Schoology for the first time. And we're struggling a little bit, but it's okay. Next year, maybe we will try something else. At least that was the suggestion. Next year, we try something else. So anyway, you can use between 1 and 3 platforms, depending on the type of platform. If you are using a learning management system, I hope I said that right, such as Schoology or Moodle, or Edmodo, then you can have all your things in one place. You can have your content and your forum discussions all in one place. But if you like PBWorks, I love PBWorks, then you can have your content on PBWorks. It makes everything very nice and clear, and everybody can find their way around. And you can use an external platform for communication, such as Google Groups, or maybe Blogger, or maybe WordPress. You know, blogs are a good way to Canvas. Yes, Canvas has a free version. We will include it next year. Maybe we will even try it. Learning management systems are great because you have everything in one place, but PBWorks is also great because it's very clear and very intuitive for participants. But then you need an external communication a tool such as Google Groups, or one we are experimenting with now, which is called Groups.io, right, Nelly? Groups. Yeah. It looks very interesting, and it has a free version. So most of these things, if you want something of really good quality, you need to pay. But then for 5 weeks, I think you're okay with the free version. There's also, you will need to communicate synchronously with your participants, usually once a week. So for synchronous communication, for webinars, we have WizIQ, we have Skype, and I'm ashamed to say that Zoom is missing. Here, there should be Zoom, and we are in Zoom right now. It's great, and the free version is Slack. Yes, Slack, again, something we are experimenting with as your coordinators. So online platforms, in the end, I'm going to show you, actually, why not show you now what things look like in, yeah. Zoom is free for unlimited participants, but with a time limit of 45 minutes. I don't think WizIQ is free at all. How many participants can you have for longer than 45 minutes in the free version? I think very few, like 2 or 3. I know people use the 3, yeah. I know people use this for online teaching. WizIQ is not free, yeah. So Zoom is a good option, I would say. Skype is still a good option, but Skype also has a limit on the number of people you can have. But Skype is relatively cheap, so even if you want to pay a little bit. So I'm going to leave this this presentation for a moment. And my computer froze. No, I'm going to leave this presentation for a moment. Yeah. And show you how things look in our Schoology page right now. So this is the description of, this is the description of week 2 on the main page. Why am I showing you this? Because I think it's very important, whatever you choose to use, it's very important to keep things clear for your participants because they will be lost anyway. So we have a very detailed description of our folder. So even before you enter your folder, you have a wiki style description here because we're still people who used to wikis. Anyway, the picture was, this banner was created in Canva. You can see the Schoology page, I hope. Please tell me if you can't. So these are your objectives. Task 1 was creating a logo. So here you have all the links, including the link to the relevant discussion forum. So if you click this link, it takes you straight to the relevant discussion forum, which is all about your logo. And then you go and write here. Then there's task 2, refining your syllabus. There are some interesting and successful sessions that you can use as your models. Session task 3, online places. That's where we are right now. So again, all the links will be here. Basically, what you used to have in the moderator training wiki, you have here now. Also some useful reminders. I'm going to keep double checking my, yeah, Schoology has a group feature. Then there's task 4, online moderation. We still haven't got there. With all the weekly readings, the link to the netiquette. Task 5 is live session plus an optional task, which is extensive reading. And because your week 2 people love forums, everything you have to do this week is going to be done in a forum. You have a support forum, you have a forum for your logo, another one where we today is very short, and I imagine we will want to take this discussion to this forum here, online spaces. There's another one on online moderation. I still haven't got to this slide. For the optional extensive reading, especially for seasoned participants who will maybe want to extend their knowledge. And one on your syllabus. Why is it last? Because I couldn't work. I added it as the last thought. I thought maybe, just sharing your syllabus in a separate, we be going, yeah. Yeah, forums are an excellent way to collaborate. I personally love forums. They are my favorite because even in class, I love class discussions. So that's why I said this is your week 2 people's choice forums for everything. So I even went and added a forum on Syllabus. I thought at first Syllabus, just share it on your page. We'll go and visit. But then I thought, why not discuss your syllabus in the Syllabus forum? It's just that I couldn't for the life of me work out how to move it. It's task 2, so it should be after your logo. Syllabus all week or maybe even longer. You can drag it. Okay, I will drag it after this session. I'm just, being very honest, considering how new this is to me. So I'm now going to go back to the presentation from current slide. Yeah, so that was the previous slide was on online platforms. So would anybody like to say something about online platforms, Schoology, your experience with it, or Moodle, which is my favorite, or any other online platform that that you have been using? And if you have any thoughts, any problems, any questions, or we can maybe leave questions and discussions as our last thing today. And I can't. Yeah. Moodle is the best. And there is even this free version called, I mean, Nelly has very generously let us use her Moodle because Moodle hosting is not free. But there is something called Moodle in the cloud, I believe, but it's only for small group. Yes, please. Please, Vance, either give someone the mic or, you know, start talking. I'm having a bit of a problem with commands. I can see, I can see them. Yeah. So if anybody wants to talk, just raise your hand. Or 50 users. Moodle in the cloud is for 50 users. That's probably not enough. I can hear someone talking. We hear you, whoever you are.
Hi, Natasha, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, hi everybody.
Hi.
So I'm one of the moderators for the Flip Learning session, and we've been using a platform called Anvil. It's from the University of Oregon, because one of our moderators is works at the university and has participated in this like in the construction of the platform. So that's the one we've been using, and we used to combine it with Google Plus. So now we're thinking if we're just going to use the forums, like the forums option of the platform. And we're still deciding, yeah, if that one or if any other external one, but it's worked pretty well for us. I've also used, but in other contexts, Moodle and Schoology, which I think work pretty well too.
Yeah, I was just thinking that you can also use Google Classroom. It's completely free. So that's another one that I forgot.
Me too. I didn't put it on the word cloud. Google Classroom is actually very good once you find your way around it. Anvil, I've used Anvil. It's really nice because I took a course with the University of Oregon a long time ago. So Anvil is quite nice. Google Classroom as a communication tool is quite okay. It's just very important, you know, you as the moderator may have some problems organizing things, but as long as things are clearly organized, your participants don't even need to know how many platforms they're using, where they are. They just need everything to be linked, and you need everything clearly organized into tasks 1, 2, 3, and they don't have to think. They just click. So whatever you feel comfortable with, Google Classroom is really nice. And I imagine it's going to be free forever, unless, of course, Google decides to shut it down. Yeah, very important that newbies can find their way around. Otherwise, they get very frustrated and they write you angry emails. It's like, I don't know where the course is. That's my favorite. But if they don't know where the course is, then just gently direct them to where the course is. Yeah. So Google Suite, so that's changing too. Google Classroom is not going to be free anymore. Yeah, well, that's what Google is going to Suite. So that's what I'm talking about. You get used to something, you love it, and then it goes away or it becomes expensive and you have to reinvent everything. But it's important that you have good content. And if you have good content, it's then very, very easy to, not easy, but it's easier to just move it around. Yeah. I remember the time when we started online and everything was kind of free. Now that's changing. Okay, speaking of moderators, I'm just going to move to the, or speaking of participants, and their problems. I'm just going to move to the last slide, but feel free to go back to anything we've already talked about. Reflecting on online moderation. Online moderation is not like teaching face-to-face at all. It's completely different. And we could have a whole session on how different it is, but I hope we will do this asynchronously in our forums. There are all sorts of challenges or problems that can arise, starting with your participants who can't find their way around. That's the usual problem for many newbies. There are lots of challenges that can arise, and you will have your hands full during this 5-week session. So it is a good idea to start reflecting on these challenges and problems now, and especially for seasoned moderators who can share their experience and help newbies not make some mistakes that maybe a lot of us made when we started moderating online sessions. Yeah. Yeah, this is true. Nothing is free. If you're not paying for it, then you are the product, somebody said. And I think that was in relation to Facebook, Dakota. And it's very true. If something is too good to be true, there's probably something very wrong with it. I still remember the Grouply experience. Some of us who've been here around will remember Grouply, which was quite awful, but free but quite awful. Okay, so shall we maybe start reflecting on potential problems and challenges of online moderation? Your platform can suddenly go away in the middle of the session. That's a scary thought. Hope it doesn't happen. Grouply, you remember, Vance? Oh my goodness, yeah. It was not for teachers at all. For teachers or for students. Okay, quite a few of us remember Grouply here. For newbies, I'm just going to say that we discovered some creepy people there. So we kind of brought our staff here as teachers and to Grouply as teachers, and it turned out to be a network for some creepy people. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, you know, there was this guy who we somehow friended this guy, and it turned out he had a profile full of other people's children. This is creepy. Okay. So anyway, any challenges you can think of at this moment? Because this is my there are some readings to get you started, because this is my last slide. Okay, log out and log in. Jaiku.
Can I say something, Natasha?
Oh, please.
I've had a lot of experiences teaching online, and one of the scariest things is knowing that there's some people that connect with me and they don't really get the online learning because they've never done it before. It's their first time. And they think it's emailing. They kind of feel like the only way to learn is by contacting the moderator. And that's what they do. And it's very hard to get them to stop communicating with you through the emails by saying, I'm confused, help me, and they'll say this a million times, that they're confused, and you'll give them solutions, and they'll keep saying that they're confused, and you can't get them into the platform, whether it's Google Classroom, or whether it's Moodle, or whether it's the Wiki. They're constantly in your email box, and they don't leave it. I know, Judy, we had a lot of this last year with the participants from Vietnam in our Teaching EFL to Young Learners.
Mm.
And they say, Nellie, help, help. I want to go online. I don't know how to do it. And then they manage to join the Zoom and they think that's it. They've done it, you know?
Mm. Yeah,
So,
I do, because it's always happening. And they sometimes get quite angry and they say, you know, where is the, that's what I said is my favorite question. Where is the course? Where is the session? You know, well, it's not in my email. It doesn't live in my mailbox, you know. You need to talk to other people. So, and I can't find where things are. And you tell them where things are, and then they write to you again. Well, right now I'm participating in an online reading group, and our professor, he's quite nice. He's getting emails from some people, so he's forwarding them to the group. But that's not it. You need to learn how to do it yourself, or it's not happening for you. So yeah, technical issues, variety of tools and platforms. Yeah, intuitive interface is very important. I agree, Gamze. Yeah. We have someone in the background. You like to say something? Yeah. But nothing will be immediately intuitive to newbies because they've never done online learning. And online learning is completely different from face-to-face learning. Also, talking to your moderator, it's like, you know, those people in the classroom who, while they're doing group work, they keep talking to the teacher, they keep looking at the teacher, and that never goes away because that's the way they're used to doing it. Yeah. So, oh, I have someone like that in my class right now.
But that's exactly it. That's what they do. They think that it's you and the teacher. Online learning is about you and the teacher, and that's it. There aren't any, it's not a classroom. It's not a learning environment. It's just the two of you.
Yeah.
So your example of what happens in the classroom is excellent.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So learning curve, right? Yeah, that's true. And it is a learning curve, considering that, you know, I joined the online learning in 2008, and I thought, wow, I was so smart. I knew everything. And then people came a couple of years later, and they stopped using computers, and they moved on to their phones, and I had to learn everything again. And you're constantly relearning. So I would say that online learning and online teaching and online moderation is more about the mindset. You have to keep changing, and you have to keep unlearning what you know and learning again. Yeah, learning by mail. Learning by mail or webinars. That's as far as it goes. And teaching languages online, well, in my country, it means Skype. So I take my book, you take your book, we open our books, and then we communicate via Skype. And it's really like a classroom, it's just long distance, but that's not what it is. Yeah. So that's, I'm just going to, oh, sorry. I'm here, I mean, which means that I'm done with my slides, but absolutely keep asking questions. Grab the mic if you want to discuss. Now is the time for people to grab the mic and just say what they have. So, or use the chat box, whichever you prefer. Yeah, Cheryl, I agree. People need to keep to pick up nuggets of learning from each other. I'm struggling with that right now with one of my groups. They're constantly talking to me, and their English is so good that they could learn from each other. They could learn from each other as much as they can learn just by listening to me. Yeah, the chat box. How does that work? You can copy the chat. Yeah, the chat was absolutely great today, but there's something called file. So no, that's for save chat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So at the bottom of the chat box, there are these 3 dots where it says more. And one of the options is save chat. And then chat is saved as it is at the moment. Of course, this is not over. So I'm done. I'm done. From here, we could, yeah, wrap up or have a discussion, whatever you prefer.
Thank you, Natasha. Can you share the file? Next to,
File.
it says file in the chat. Next to, I mean, beside the 3 dots on the left.
Okay. So I'll share it from my computer, and I suppose it will, it hasn't been saved yet. So.
Hi.
File not found. Okay. I'm going to try again. Hi, Mbarek.
Hello. Maybe.
How are you? Yeah.
Natasha, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Mbarek is one of the week 2 moderators, and he's done that lovely front page you saw on the week 2 folder. He has redesigned the syllabus and made it easier for you. So it used to be more content heavy. So Mbarek, would you like to say something?
Yes, I would say hello. And
Hello.
how are you? It's great. I have been struggling to be on time here, so I managed to. Thankfully, I'm really fortunate to be here.
Yeah.
Well, the meeting has not yet started, I hope, right?
No, actually, we are finishing. Have you been confused by the time zones?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Did you change the time zone by any chance? Because I did, but don't worry, because it's don't worry, they'll have here is the recording of the chat. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'd like to say hi to everyone. I thought you were only preparing for the session, so you are closing it well.
Don't worry. It's here is the recording of the chat.
Okay, thank you very much.
I don't know about you, but I moved here in Serbia. I have completely forgot to tell you I'm in Belgrade, Serbia. Here in Serbia, we moved to the winter time zone. So we used to be GMT +2. Now we are GMT +1. Maybe something like that.
Same in Morocco here. It's
yeah.
I counted on GMT, so it's about 2 GMT now.
GMT 1 o'clock GMT 1300 hours. But don't worry.
Okay.
We are okay, and it's good that you made it. So.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Natasha, were you able to add the file?
Yes, I was.
Great.
Sorry
let
for
me
interrupting
see
you. Yes.
where it is. No, Mbarek. Here is the file. Here is the file saved onto my computer. So what do you? What should I do with it now? Upload it somewhere online.
Yeah, you know where the chat is? You go to the chat. On the right of everyone, it says file.
Yeah.
You click on the file.
Yeah. Here is the file, if you can see it.
You did it?
Yeah, I did it, but it's on my computer now. So I should now upload it somewhere, say to Google Drive, and then
you
I
can share the link.
Yeah, share
you can make it public.
So, okay, meeting, save chat. It's gonna take a couple of minutes, but I can always share it. Now you're watching my screen. I can always share it later with you?
No, we
on
can't
the-
see your screen because I stopped your screen
good,
sharing.
good.
I didn't want it to come in the recording.
That's good, yes. Good thinking. So it will take a couple of minutes, and in the meantime, maybe somebody wants to say something.
Mubarak, maybe you'd like to say something about week
Yeah.
2. We talked about online, some of the problems of online, teaching online and learning online. Maybe you want to add something.
Yeah, thank you, Nili. I just would like to say that teaching online is somehow like teaching on face-to-face, but of course you have to consider a lot of other non-physical, let's say, parameters, especially bearing in mind different cultures and different backgrounds of participants, especially in professional development opportunities. So we have to bear in mind that there are different cultures, there are different people. At the same time, the difference also it's on the level of mastery of ICT tools. So some moderators or participants are, I would say, performant, and they are well trained to use tools, but some others are in, let's say, acceptable or medium stage. So we don't expect everyone to behave the same way. And we give, especially in in EVO sessions, we allow lurking for participants. It means that there are some learners, some participants who are not really encouraged to, they cannot participate for the first time actively. So they are given this chance just to see what is going on. And maybe they come back to the sessions the following year. And there are a lot of people who were lurking for the first year, but never left EVO. So they come back every year for the sessions. Okay, so this is what I can say for the time being. And of course, we have to be very flexible, very friendly, very understanding. Yeah, and we belong to a family. Electronic Village Online is not only a pure professional development, it's also social community, social learning community. We keep in touch along the year, even after the sessions are over. We keep in touch in different ways on different social networks. We meet on different platforms. I hope this would be reinforced and can be the start for a lot of participants. So kudos and thank you for everyone who participated and made this event possible. And I wish success to everyone.
I'd like to say something.
Yeah.
Hi, first of all, hi Mubarak. Nice to see you.
Hi, Spence. How are you?
Let's see. I would just like to find out. Let's see who do we have here in the chat. Looks like we have still. I'm just looking to see who the people we have. Nagla, and we have Gamze. They're really the only moderators who aren't experienced here. I would like to know if they have any questions and they would like to say anything, ask any questions in the last minutes we have here. Because this is their opportunity. I think that these sessions should be used a lot more for question and answer. We should devote a significant time to that kind of thing. But anyway, just asking if anybody has any questions about what will take place or has any doubts or whatever. You're welcome to speak to us and ask your questions now while we're here. That's true. You can ask questions also in the forums in Schoology. I believe next week, Jane and I are hosting a session 1 week from now. The session will not be at 5 in the morning where we are. At the moment it's been announced for that, but we're going to change that. So we'll discuss that later. But anyway, certainly it's not going to be at the time. It will be
Is
later.
it 5 o'clock in the morning anywhere right now, Vance?
No. Next week you announced it for 5 p.m.
No. That's a mistake. No, it's 1 p.m. UTC.
Okay. 1
It's the
p.m.
same for each. Yeah.
That's 1 in the after. No, 1 UTC.
Same time
you're
as
4
now.
hours. Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Same time.
Okay. No problem. Then that's what we'll do. Okay. So
Ganja raised her hand and.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Hi. I just wanted to offer a perspective about the use of psychology because it seems not many people have used it before. I have used it on and off for over 6 years actually. There was a time it was really like impressive, and during those times I was able to use badges to assign the students, and I have assigned super users who were efficient in the system so that they were the ones when someone was in need of help to go to. So I don't know, will this be applicable to 5-week EVOs in the future? But like making a requirement, like collecting certain badges during the moderator PDs and maybe assigning them as the super users during the EVO sessions so that the participants will ask for help or try to collect badges as well. I'm just brainstorming at the same time. So this was something I just wanted to offer. And I would say we can make the maybe participants also download Psychology if you're going to use the Psychology for them as well during the EVO sessions because it has app. It definitely has an edge because everyone is nearly mobile now at the moment. So having an app will probably provide an edge to be chosen over the other maybe platforms. That's just what I want to share. What do you think?
Well, other platforms also have badges and they also have apps as well. So that's not, Schoology is not, but the fact that Schoology has badges for attending and for doing different activities is something that we could use. We chose not to this year, but we could use it. I mean, you're probably going to use it with your participants. And maybe we should model it too. So if anyone's interested, if you're interested in creating them, we could make you an admin and you can do that.
Yeah, I would. I'm interested actually. I can work on them.
Great.
yeah, these sessions are all built from the bottom up. So if you have a skill and you can apply it to your session or to anyone else's session, and actually this is a good place to apply skills where we're meeting together right now to this session that we're running for professional development. We should be modeling how your session might go, and I think there's a lot of there's a lot we try to prepare in advance, but then there's also you have to the participants that come to you may have expertise that you should you might just change your plan. You know, if someone knows a lot about how to make badges in Schoology and wants to implement that in this course or this session, the PD session, then you'd be more than welcome to do that. And also, of course, the platform that you use for your session in January is completely up to you. And we'd all like to learn from you too, if you have expertise that you can share.
Yeah. So before we don't go on with the Q&A, can you see the chat? I had some technical troubles. I will share it again here. I finally had to copy paste it into a Google Doc because nothing else worked. So just tell me if you can access today's chat. It is now in the chat box. And if you follow the link, you should be able to go to the Google Doc that I've just created. Just let me know if that's working.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yes. Working.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yeah, you can save the chat to your computer and have it to refer to. There were some lovely links here. I've never heard
Thank
of
you.
Discord. Yeah, you're welcome. Discord. Hmm. Shall we maybe be wrapping up because the audience has grown silent? What do you say? Or would someone like to talk?
Hi, this is Nagla.
Ah, hi, Nagla.
Hi, I just wanted to thank you so much. This was very informative. I had several questions and you answered all of them. So thank you so much.
Great. Look, you're a new moderator. You're a newbie, so please keep asking whatever you need.
I will. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I also wanted to thank you, Natasha, for doing all this on your own and for doing such a great job. You really provided us with a lot of information and lots of food for thought. Thank you.
Thanks, Nelly. Thanks. Yeah. Well, I have to say that these training, or shall I say, development sessions, are the highlight of my year as an EVO coordinator. I really like online moderation and online learning, so I'm really going to enjoy this. Looking forward to it.
Well, one thing I have just discovered now is the going live on YouTube. It's wonderful too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go though there is no viewer, there are no viewers over there, only still zero. But at least it's great to have this as an option.
Yeah, because some people can't access Zoom, so
yeah, so
that's a problem.
Great thing. Yeah.
And it also offers you a chance to record directly. You don't have to record and then publish, which I'm going to do anyways, because you can't edit on YouTube.
You can edit on YouTube if you just use the beta.
Maybe we can find someone with the skills, because I find YouTube editing very, very cumbersome. I don't know. It doesn't work as well as other programs.
But it has its own editor, of course, as in your account on YouTube.
No, this is the EVO account. This is Electronic Village Online account, YouTube account, which is great because I'd like everything to be there, not on my account.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Gamza has asked about next week, and we've just decided that despite what it might say in the calendar, I'm sure Nelly will correct that right away, but
it's fixed, Vance. You can check it.
Excellent.
Yeah. But I'll just make sure that it's fixed everywhere else. I don't know where you're looking, but.
Oh, now I'm looking at the calendar.
Which, the calendar. So I need to go to the calendar. I fixed it on Zoom, not the calendar. So, but anybody we're a team. Anybody can go in and fix things, but you're welcome.
Yeah, it's when things are in many different places, it's very challenging to go and repair everything. That's eventually, as you're organizing your session, you need to try to make sure you can have just one place where you change things. But that's hard to arrange from the very beginning. But you want to focus. Eventually, you want to funnel things to where different different information is in different places, but if you do one thing and it changes everything else. Anyway, I suppose Bobby and I are going to say goodnight. And we thank you very much for attending, so many people.
Thank you, Vance.
Good night, everybody. This is Bobby.
Okay.
I've been listening, and it's nice to hear all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
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 Whenever she asked them.
Bye, everyone.
Hi, Vance. I just checked and it's fine on Schoology. So
Great. Okay.
Because I just changed the time.
thank you. You're
Yay.
fast.
All
You're
right.
fast on the draw.
Yeah, my partner. All right.
Thanks. Thanks, Jane.
It'll be the
No
two of us
problem.
next week. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
Okay, bring your questions. I like to get lots of people asking questions.